What's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Play Zay.
And your girl Brooke to Run.
And we are Balanced Behavior. Hey, we appreciate y'all checking in with us like always. All our fans, we just appreciate the love that y'all give us, and we can't do this without you. So today, we got a DM about starting up businesses. That's our topic of the day. We're going to talk about how we start our business, or how to start a small business, and some of the key tools. And we're going to talk about how we deal with the hardship of working into the business. What you say? So I'll start it off. You got to have an idea. You got to have an idea. We all have an idea.
Yes. And then you got to execute.
Execution is the first step of taking growth in your plans. People reach out to me all the time. And they see us moving, and we never shun away anybody that asks questions. As busy we are, we always try our best to make time. Like if somebody there, you can touch it. I mean, you can relate with us, or you have a conversation with us. If you ask us questions about business, most people be like, they give you like the BS, or they don't even like inform you, or they won't even charge you for that information and stuff. Now, I'm not saying nothing wrong with the value of that charge or anything, but I think that you can tell a lot of people how to get there. But if they're gonna take that route, they're not gonna take that route. A lot of times, if it was that easy, everybody would be in business and stuff. And if you don't pay for some things, sometimes you won't appreciate it. And I think that's where the value of the conversation is. I can tell you something for free, or I can tell you something that you paid for. I think you're gonna value it a little bit different. What are some tips just from the start? If I have an idea, but what would you do? What would you advise me? I have an idea. What would be the first step that you would think to tell me to start a business?
The first step is to do your research on the market. What is your niche, right? So identifying your niche and your market and your demographic is very, very important to the success of your idea.
Yeah, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that was a good business financial term that you use in this business of what we're doing, especially when it comes to entrepreneur. Could you explain what is a niche?
A niche is where you drill down to your product. You know, if you're gonna be selling, let's say if you're selling clothes, okay, are you selling clothes to children, or for children, or for women, for men, for the elderly, for orthopedic? You know, you need to drill down to what type of clothing you're going to sell, because it is so broad of a spectrum, all the different types of clothing that could be offered. So, I mean, it could not necessarily just clothing. You have to do that for spices, for what else?
A lot of people,
music. You know,
stationery.
just really drilling down to what you want to do. For example, like you just mentioned, stationery, right? So we're in the stationery business as well as apparel. When it comes to stationery with the wrapping paper, we needed to drill down to what our market was. So our niche for our wrapping paper is for the culture.
For the culture.
We are trying to close the gap of having options for Black people or people of color.
People of color.
Yes. So that's that. Drill down to identify what your niche is and focus from there.
So now that you have the plan together and stuff, let's talk about the next step of actually executing your business. I strongly recommend that you go down to your local city hall and get you an LLC.
Yes.
You can also register for those online. They have a whole bunch of different websites that can fill out the LLC for you.
Yes. Now, before you do that, though, it's very important to research the name of your business. Research the name of your business to make sure there's no other business out there with that name. Trademarking is very important, and it should really be one of the first things that you look to do if it's a job, not a job, but a business that you are planning to keep long term. Yes, so before you go and open that LLC, you need to know the name of your business, which means you need to do that research to make sure that name is even available. Once you know that name is available, then go get your LLC in that name.
Now, we don't want to give y'all too many hard hurdles to jump over. Let me ask you this. Do you think that if I were to start an LLC just based off my name and then create businesses up under that LLC, do you think that would be suffice as well? Do you think that would hurt me in the long run? Or, because I know a couple of people that just have like us. We have like Xavier Carrington LLC. I'm doing business at, but I'm doing business as XRC Graphic. I'm doing business at Brooke and Xavier.
So that is, you just used the business term as well, doing business as. In business terms, that's called DBA, right? So basically, those are good and handy to have when you plan to have multiple businesses. In our case, we have multiple businesses. For example, we have Brooke and Apparel, and we also have the wrapping paper, Rapper's Delight. So our overhead parent company is Zaylani Enterprises. Zaylani Enterprises is doing business as Brooke Deron and also doing business as Rapper's Delight. So yes, to answer your question, it is smart to name your company or have a parent name for your company if you're going to have branches of businesses underneath.
Right. And I just want to put that out there just because I don't want you, we give you this all the time, I want to start this business and you hit the hurdle of like, isn't the name for my business not available or whatever. And we don't want to stop you because you don't want to create hurdles for yourself to stop the movement of your business. If you have that action, it's about making that action. And so if you have to just put your business up under your name just to get things started, because you want to start getting stuff, you want to get in business by doing the business. You want to get the ball rolling and stuff. Another thing, just talk about, I know a lot of people get hung up over logos. Do not waste, how long do you say you should waste on a logo?
No more than 10 minutes.
10 minutes. If you're thinking about a logo, I know everybody thinks this is the big identity for my business. It's gonna knock it out of the park. I'm about to spend quadruple amount of money. Now, I apologize to all my graphic design sisters and brothers. I'm a graphic designer yourself, but you can go straight to other,
It's too easy these days. That's what he's trying to get to. It's too easy to come up with a logo or create a logo to spend more than 10 minutes on it.
Yes.
It's too easy. They are at the tip of your hands. All you got to do is go onto websites such as Canva, Canva, Placeit.net, Etsy, a lot of places you can go to get a logo in 10 minutes or less.
Yep.
Now, I will say this, when it comes to choosing a logo, you want to choose one that's pretty simplistic. You don't want to get too grainy, too detailed, and you don't want to use a lot of colors.
Right.
Because at that point, it becomes expensive to print.
Right.
So it's best if you stick to no more than 2 colors,
at the most.
Maybe 3, but 2 colors at most if you can. Stick to 2 colors. That way it'll be efficient and not so hard on your pockets when it comes to printing your t-shirts, your marketing materials, things like that.
Right, and you don't want to get too much into the telling the story of your logo about your business. You want to make your business what you want to present your business yourself. You want to talk about your business. You don't want people to, hey, go to my logo and you can find out a lot about my business.
Right.
You want your logo to, okay, it's in place, we're in line, let's talk about my business. And then you can learn more about the business that way. I have a lot of clients that reach out to me about a logo, and I always try to give them my best, but I also be very transparent with them about, what this logo is really doing for your business. And it's not gonna make your business rise or fall, unless you're in design, like, it's a clothing design logo, then, it may be a little bit more of a conversation and stuff. But, if you're not in the business of design, then you need to, no more than 10 minutes. Trust me, it's gonna save a lot of headache.
Absolutely.
All right. What's next? Okay, so we got the business name, we got an identity for the business. What do you recommend the most cheapest and most efficient way to kind of get myself out there, like marketing and advertising?
Social media.
Hey, we at it right now. Look it up.
I mean,
we on the clock. How much it costs?
Social media. I mean, you can promote your products for free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why it's so many successful people today that have businesses that, if it weren't for social media, would just be working a 9 to 5. So, thank God for social media. It's changed the game and totally evolved the culture of people, period.
Right.
So,
and don't think it's gonna happen shortly after this one big bang,
right.
Or you have to be in the best lit studio, or you have to have the professional photographer. It's about consistency. And being accountable and being engaging to your viewers and stuff. Being responsible. A lot of people like, dang, I'm paying for advertisement, I'm not getting no feedback or anything. You don't want to put in the work, so let me just pay the easy route. It's easy to pay for advertisement that nobody's checking for you, nobody's gonna be looking. But if you put in the work, you put in the consistency, like I'm here, I'm representing my product today.
Yes.
We're gonna have another ad tomorrow. I mean, you can create multiple ads, and again, I hate to bring it up, graphic design, but Canva is, you can get a free Canva account, set up a style guide, and you can create multiple ads. If you pay for the pro account, you can schedule out your posts so you don't have to be too stressed on your schedule and stuff. And I'm pretty sure we'll drop some more gems later on another episode where we can really break down, what we know about social media. We're not no expert. When it comes to people asking like, hey, you coach us up, or can we pick your brain or anything like that? That's not our expertise as being coaches and stuff. What we're giving you is the same script. We're not going to water it down. We're not going to act like we're holding some type of secrets or anything. It's consistency. It's putting in the work, being accountable. It's not going to happen overnight. Give yourself a 30-day plan, and after that 30 days, you got to evaluate your verticals of your business. Okay, so what happened in your business this month that we need to change to take my business to the next level? And those conversations, it's good to have with your peers. If you have a great partner in mind and stuff like that. That's why in conversation and stuff, if you're gonna date somebody in business, understand their business. If you're gonna date somebody in business, it's very important that you understand their business.
At least respect it.
Respect it. Yeah.
You gotta understand the ins and outs. Right. But you gotta respect the business. Once
the business get rolling and stuff, you get a little movement and stuff. What are some of the shortcomings of the business that you could possibly face early on?
Consistent sales.
Consistent sales.
And it's very easy to get discouraged when people aren't buying your product.
Right.
But that's not to say that your product isn't good. It's just, you need to continue to push it. You need to continue to market it. You need to go to pop-up shops. You need to vend. As scary as that might be, you gotta put yourself out there so people can see you and see your product. If they don't see you and your product, then how will they see it?
Right.
How will they learn about it? In addition to going to these pop-ups and trade shows, you need to get in front of the camera.
Right.
Just like we are doing right now. Let's say, for example, I have on my jacket, and I will get in front of this camera and tell you, this is my new jacket, check it out, this is how I would style it, this is how it feels, this is why you will like it. You need to get in front of the camera and tell the people why they should buy your product.
And then also you need to monitor your experience of your engagement with your clients and stuff. What about your packaging, your presentation, what type of tone did you use, or what kind of customer service did you have? Because this is your business, and this is what your representation that you're gonna give in this first 2 to 3 minutes of engaging with your clients. It can be on social media, it can be in person, but you want to be able to put yourself in an accountable situation and evaluate, take feedback from your friends. I know a lot of people have these great ideas and stuff, but they're so scared to ask their friends and their peers, people who know them, because they're so afraid of the doubt. But again, sometimes people be coming from a good place and they may give you a doubt, and it's good to know your highs and your lows so that way you can make the adjustment of whatever you think need be.
Right. And I know you mentioned family and friends asking for advice, but find somebody that's doing something similar to what you're doing, that's willing to share the information with you. It's best to go directly to the source. If you see somebody that's already doing it, why recreate the wheel? Ask them how they did it. They may not be willing to give you that information, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that.
Yes.
Those are some good tools, good information, man, just to help build up on that.
And one other thing, websites are very easy to build these days as well. So there's also some really great website builders as well. So take it to that consideration also, and know that your website speaks for your business without you necessarily having to speak for it. Right? So make sure that your website is user friendly. Make sure it's easy to maneuver, because that can easily turn a customer away. If they go to your website and it's not user friendly, you just lost that sale.
Yeah, whenever I have problems with my website, I just rather take it down so I don't ruin that impression. I rather have the website down and maintenance, and then we can have the conversation from there. But you don't want to give a bad impression that you can't control on that end.
Right.
Also, I want to touch on, let's say we're booming business, we're booming, and your business is flourishing, and you're getting an overwhelming response and stuff. And how do we manage that? You know, as a couple, I have had times where we're booming. One person wants to work hard and one person needs a break and stuff. You have to communicate those things and balance those things out. You don't want to overwork yourself so you hate what you're doing and you're starting to plant bad seeds out there that will grow. Because once you put it out there, the energy, you know, I'm big on energy. Once you put that energy out, like, yeah, I'm not grateful, I'm tired, you know, I'm enjoying it, it's good and stuff, but it's hard work. When you put that type of energy out there, you got to understand what's coming back, and you got to understand in the future those seeds will grow. So, you know, just being appreciative of those opportunities when your business is booming. You have always said, you know, I'm always about the dollar. And you have always been a great job about understanding customer service experience as well. You know, it's not about always making it such a fast dollar, but also making that we making an accountable dollar so that we can continue to have clients come back for our services or whatever our goods are. So you want to definitely be able to manage that, you know, have good direct conversation, build you a team, leverage people's experience. You definitely need a great tax guy in your corner. You know, if you understand those type of things, then knock yourself out, man. You know, have that and stuff. But the things that you're not an expert at, I truly recommend that you continue to expand your business and show heavy value and trust of the experts and stuff. Now, I'm not saying hire your cousin and stuff, because if they're not an expert, do not. Magic Johnson told me face to face, do not hire your family if they're not an expert in the business. So yeah, so that's I understood that. You know, you might want to put your family member on, but you have to be accountable for the business, and you can always find another way and another niche for where people can fit in for that leverage of their experience, but you just can't just force them in. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot we can dig into it, y'all.
This episode can be about 3 hours long.
Right.
If not longer.
If you have questions for us that you would like us to answer, like I said, we're here to support. You know, if you're winning, we're winning. We're trying to put the energy out there so we can receive the same energy back. We're not a closed book, and we're not trying to hide how we got to this point. We're still learning. That's the thing. We're willing to learn. So if you got advice for us, send it to us. If you got questions for us, send it to us. We'll definitely try our best to get a great response, or even make an episode giving a little detailed response back so that everybody can learn. Because I always tell my students, if one person got questions in the classroom, everybody may be asking the same questions. So we appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe, follow, hit that notification, check in with the Balanced Behavior. Check out BrookeDeron.com. Shop with us. Y'all already know the season. Wrapping paper. Wrapping paper season. Hoodie season. Y'all shop with us, man. The only thing we out here is trying to build generational wealth and encourage the next person to step up to the plate and seek out their goals and live their lives to the best.
Yes. And show us some love in the comments, please. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you.
Hey, we out.